Saivion Jones, who is kind enough to join us here on Off the Bench after the commitment last night. Saivion, good morning. How are you, man?
Good morning. I'm doing great.
Congratulations to you, man. I got to imagine that it is a relief to get this part of the process over with.
Thank you
What was it about LSU? Why they went out?
for coming in.
Why LSU? Why'd you choose LSU?
Yeah, after having a very long talk with me and my mama, we feel like this was the best school for me.
Have you gotten to know Coach Pelini at all, the new defensive coordinator over there at LSU, or who was mainly recruiting you, Saivion?
Coach Mika was actually the man that recruited me the most.
What about your visits to LSU? What has that been like?
It's been an amazing experience. I was able to feel what game day at LSU like.
Hey, Saivion, so we mentioned the numbers coming in. So it's crazy those individual numbers are, and then you pair that with 15-0, state champion, first one for the school since '79. What was just last year like for you, man?
Last year was just an amazing experience, being able to go 15-0 with a state championship ring with me and my brother.
Did you do you have a favorite part of the season that stands out, or favorite experience more than anything else?
Yes, sir. Being able to blow out every team in the playoffs.
Yeah, y'all rolled, man. LSU wasn't the only team that had the magical 15-0 season. St. James was untouchable last year. How firm is the commitment? Anybody else have a chance to get to, or are you all LSU at this point?
At this point, I'm all LSU.
Do you look when you look at this LSU team, Saivion, or not even just LSU, just when you look at the NFL, anybody, is there like a defensive end or a player that you like to model your game after, you like to emulate?
Yes, sir.
Who is that?
Cameron Jordan.
Oh man, I mean, hey, dude, David, you can't do any better than that against the run, pass. He is the best hybrid edge defender in the league.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, congratulations to you, Saivion. I know that St. James is fired up to have you back for another season, but LSU is looking forward to seeing you in the purple and gold, man. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you very much.
All right,
Thank you, Saivion. I mean, go look at the highlight tape that Danny was just playing. A quick Google search will find it there. If you just look up Saivion Jones Jr. highlights, it's absurd.
From Saivion Jones, we go to his head coach in Robert Valdez, who has totally gotten the St. James culture and the pride restored back in the Wildcats, back down in the river parishes. As last year we told you, 15-0 coach, state championship run. Jones is the 3A MVP. He pledges to LSU last night. Thank you for stopping by this morning. What did LSU get when they got your defensive end committed last night to the Tigers?
First of all, I guess funny. He probably has more hurries and sacks than words. He don't say much. So he's a real, he's just a solid kid. Gentle giant, Jekyll and Hyde type of guy that turns it on. I mean, he turns it on at practice, turns it on in the weight room, turns it on in a game. Just one of those guys you don't really have to worry about managing because he's always doing what he's supposed to be doing and where he's supposed to be. So just extremely proud of him and his family. So look for big things for him as he gets there.
This was a player very high on LSU's board, somebody that they had their attention on for a while. And I know that Bo Pelini, and somebody that you're familiar with and know very well, that Bo Pelini has talked about him in the same context as Tyson Jackson, somebody that you coached and you're familiar with. When you hear that comparison, what do you see? What do you say?
I just think that that's a very, very high comparison because Tyson was such a competitor, and I think Saivion has the same qualities. He's. I just really believe that he still has a lot of ceiling room because he still has a lot more to learn and to be able to offer. So that's tremendous. And we knew from early on that LSU, was very, very heavy on the trail, and they just maintained a constant, recruiting communication, and what they did and things they did impressed them. It was very impressive for them. So just excited for them.
Coach Valdez, obviously, like you're saying, or Coach Joe, especially wanting to kind of bring back the glory of the LSU defensive line, right? And Saivion looks like someone who can accomplish that. Give me the coach's perspective on having a player like this, because when I read that stat line, I mean that's points off the boards. Like, that's a single defensive player who can make differences in wins and losses. So
Right.
what's it like for you having this guy out there?
I mean, it's huge because, I mean, you know who had the best stat lines? The defensive backs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. They love it.
Right.
They were killing it, but you know, because the quarterback didn't have much time, and you know, for the things that he do in our division, I think 3A in Louisiana is a middle of the road because we see spread and we see run heavy teams. So this is a kid who's seeing a lot of different type of offenses. I mean, we got to the playoffs and we played 3 straight power teams that were in the veer and were power. So he did a good job with his hands and squeezing and being able to maintain his gap integrity, and still were able to get upfield and make plays against spread type teams and all that. So he has a lot of versatility, being 6'6", and works hard in the weight room. So he's a guy that can play every down. It's not just a third down pass rush specialist. He can play first through third down. So it gives you a lot of versatility without having to show your hand with substitution.
Robert Valdez, head coach of St. James High School, joining us here. The Wildcats 15-0 last year, state championship run. Their top player on defense, Saivion Jones, pledged to LSU last night. Coach, you have the reputation as one of the best high school football coaches in the state of Louisiana. You have the best college coaches knocking on your door every summer. It seems like LSU right now has definitely found the right guy to lead the program in Ogeron after last year's success and what he is building at LSU. Can you speak from a high school coach's standpoint, the relationship you have with the flagship university's head coach and what he has done to restore the culture at LSU?
I mean, he brings proximity because he's Louisiana. I've been knowing Coach for a long time, and the funny thing is, we talk differently. We don't have the generic talk. We mostly talk about food most of the time. He always keep telling me about that good old sound of food, gumbo and all that. But no, he's when he comes to the building, he's like a rock star, man. He walks. He has so much energy and presence. What he's doing, and he's somebody that the state can identify with, and what he's doing at LSU is big time because he really put a focus on going after the guys that's in Louisiana, the can't miss guys, and you couple that with the winning, with the culture, with the attention to details that's going on, that is a tremendous formula, and it's hard. I mean, we got a lot of guys come here. I mean, there was a lot of great universities after Saivion, and it's just hard to beat what LSU has to offer because it's right here in your backyard. So kudos to them. Coach Mickey Joseph, which was the point man on recruiting for Saivion, great job by those guys. And, it's just a good time. We have really good football in Louisiana.
Coach Valdez, it's a good time to be a Wildcat, too, right now. Congratulations on your success at St. James, and good luck the rest of the way. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
You got it. There he is, Coach Valdez, checking in from the River Parishes this morning as his top defender, Saivion Jones, who had 13 sacks and 25 hurries last year as a junior, as the Class 3A MVP on a state title run.
More sacks than words. That's Coach Valdez.
That's well said.
He is, I want everybody to look up this word. He is just a laconic individual, right? A man of few words, but big actions. Excited to see Saivion Smith in the purple and gold.